Hello friends. Okay, we're here for another summer shop update video. Today's shop update is something I've never done before, and that is to have a whole shop update that's just romance, women's fiction, adventure romance, and a few girls coming of age novels. How fun is this? I mean, how fun. Okay, so I would say half of the books I have in this shop update are by Livingston Hill. So she was extremely popular and is still popular today. She wrote Christian romance. So from the early 1900s into the mid 1900s. So I have a whole pile of books here from Livingston Hill. And there's so many that I cannot remember the plot points of each of these. It's just, there's no way for me to remember them all. So I'm just going to show you really quick. If I remember something about them, I will tell you. But if not, so sorry. Okay, At the Foot of the Rainbow is the first one. This is a Triangle Books edition, and it is from 1944. This is a reprint. Its original copyright is 1907. Next we have Cloudy Jewel. And this one is from 1920. And you can see a couple of these were owned by somebody who was a super fan. And she circled, presumably all the books that she had read, which is almost all of them. Silver Wings. You would think I would remember what Silver Wings was about. Did it have something to do with airplanes? I don't know. 1931. Then we have this one, which is The Sound of the Trumpet. Let's see. Beautiful Lyle Kingsley first sees John Sargent when he is busy with a group of other men digging a ditch. And this one is from 1943. The Strange Proposal. John Saxon saw Mary Elizabeth for the first time as she walked up the church aisle at Geoffrey's wedding. I wonder what happened then. Happiness Hill, 1932. This is called Mourning is for Joy. It's not by Livingston Hill, it's by her daughter, Ruth Livingston Hill. I've never seen anything by Ruth before. I don't know how many other books she wrote, but this one is from 1949. We've got three more. April Gold. Look at that pretty orange. Isn't that nice? This is from 1936. In Tune with Wedding Bells. In Tune with Wedding Bells. 1941. And Beauty for Ashes. Oh, a story that begins with bitter sadness but ends with the glowing happiness of two souls who find in each other the warm glow of love. And this is from 1935. Now, each of those I researched. ChatGPT, what is Beauty for Ashes about? And generally get some really good descriptions. So if you're curious about what any of those books are about, you can go to the website, which you can find the link for in the description to this video, and there should be a short, like 1 or 2 sentence long plot summary for each of these, okay? That is one thing I love about ChatGPT, is that it's helping me give more information in my product descriptions for books that I have not read before. So that's been wonderful. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Jean Stratton Porter, who is also very popular. I have 3 books by her. The first one is A Girl of the Limberlost, which is maybe one of her most well-known stories. I would say this is a coming-of-age novel. She also wrote Freckles, which was very popular, and this is from 1909. So Jean Stratton Porter is known for her lovely nature writing in her fiction and her nonfiction. The next one by Jean Stratton Porter is Daughter of the Land, and this is the shabbiest one. We've got this going on here. And it's also missing its title page, and then the back is also, you can see the webbing there, and so this one is in pretty bad condition, but still it's Gene Stratton Porter, and I know somebody will want it. Okay, the last one I have is the best. It's so pretty. The Keeper of the Bees. This is a fiction story about a man who becomes a beekeeper. And he's, I think if I remember correctly, it's after he's been in a war, and so this is his recovery from that. This is from 1925, and you can see the first 5 pages, they're just this beautiful illustrated floral. It's just so pretty. And then there are, I think, a couple of illustrations in here, but here's the start of chapter 1. Isn't it pretty? Such a beautiful book. Okay, we're going to move on to 3 more books that are more for young adult readers. This one is Every Girl's Romance Stories. So this is a book for young adult girls, gentle, easy, romance stories. And then this one is called Cress Delahanty, and I can't remember the major plot points of this, other than that it is a coming-of-age novel by Jessamine West. This is a first edition from 1953. Yeah, it sounded good when I read about it, but that was a few days ago, and now I've forgotten. And then we have Sue Barton, Visiting Nurse. Everybody loves these Sue Barton books. This one is, I would say, new adult. So that's what it would be called today, is new adult. So Sue Barton has graduated from nursing school, and her and her best friend move, I think, to New York City. Yeah, and have, their first jobs as nurses. So there's the inside. Okay, now I have a stack of just random things that are either adventure romance, or, just like soft, gentle stories. Love in a Mist, a vivid romance of the English seaside and of 2 who were afraid they had lost love. So this is about a husband and wife, and the husband goes off to war and stuff happens, and then they, I guess, have to find their way back to each other maybe. Oh, let me tell you when that was from. It's by Pamela Wynne, and it is from 1932. Now this is Jalna. Jalna was extremely popular in its day, extremely popular. It was written by a Canadian author. This is not a romance, it's a family saga, but I included it because I just feel like it has the same vibe. It's family saga, like just interesting stories about people and their lives and the people in their lives. Next we have this, The Disturbing Charm, which is so very cute and charming. It's a little distressed. This is, look, not a little distressed. That's a lot distressed. It needs to be repaired. But I wanted to include it because I just thought it was very fun. This is an antique romance from 1919, and it involves a charm. Okay, so a charm that makes the woman irresistible. Okay, this is by Rex Beach, The Ne'er-Do-Well. So this is going to be in the kind of like adventure romance genre. That's what Rex Beach is known for. This is from 1911. He was very popular and prolific. This also has an interesting stamp in the back. It says the Los Angeles Limited, Chicago and Northwestern Railroad, Union Pacific Railroad, Salt Lake route. Isn't that interesting? This one I think is awesome. It's called Terry's Television Career. How amazing is that? When I researched this book, this copy that I'm holding in my hand right now is the only copy I could find on the internet. I cannot find this book for sale anywhere else. It might be for sale. I didn't really search that hard. I didn't go to like the deeper search engines. But the major sites, I couldn't find it for sale. So this is by Teresa Holloway, who wrote a bunch of books in this genre. So this is about Terry Thomas, who is a television personality. And it's very much like that Apple TV show. I forgot what it's called. About a more established woman in her television career and a young upstart who maybe got there because of how she looks or who she knows and might be upsetting the apple cart. So that's that. Oh, this one has some damage in the back too. I wanted to show you. So it's got that. It's got some former water damage there. Okay, this one I've actually read. So this is called Happy All the Time by Lori Colwin. And I first bought this book when I saw it somewhere because I knew I wanted to read it. I had just seen it on a list somewhere of books. I don't know what the list was. I don't know what the genre was that recommended it to me, but I read it. It was lovely. It was charming. It was funny. It is set in the late 1970s in and around New York City. It's about two cousins and their wives, and just, you know, fun. Weekend Marriage by Faith Baldwin. This is a book about a working woman and the struggles she has with that and her marriage. That's from 1945. This one looks so fun. Of all of the books in this week's shop update, this is the one I'm most likely to pick up and actually want to read. It's called Clooney Brown by Marjorie Sharp, and it seems to be about Clooney, who is, this is from 1944 by the way, who is just one of those girls who you can't tell her what to do. She's very independent and spirited, and gets sent away to an English country house, I believe, and just continues to get into trouble. So that one just looks so fun. And the last one is called Hearts and Masks by Harold McGrath. So again, we have more of like adventure romance. This one is from 1905 and it is illustrated. There's the opening illustration, which is folks on their way to a masquerade ball. So that is where this book is set, in a masquerade ball, and a bunch of other antics occur. Okay, so there's that. This one is a little bit damaged on the spine. You can see there, the stains and soiling. Okay, I think that's it. So what a fun, it was so fun to put this together and dig through all of my books and try to find things that fit into this theme. Again, I've never done a theme like this before. So you can find all of these books for sale on my website at the link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed looking through all these vintage and antique romance books with me. And I'll see you again soon for another shop update video. Bye.